Any more questions? Yeah, I see one more hand, then we need to start to wrap up, but yes. I'd like to ask all of our initial commentators to have 1 minute each, and then we'll wrap up quickly.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Facundo from Argentina, also a global shaper. So we've been talking about goodwill, but eventually, and I don't want to be alarmistic, but eventually every technology gets hacked, especially if it's connected to the internet. I mean, so you can call it a hacker, you can call it an inside mode like Snowden. So what will we do when everyone's life gets exposed eventually?
It's a great question. We got 5 minutes to go, so I would suggest why don't we, all of you, advance in 1 minute, a quick answer, but also kind of some more general comments about what we discussed today. Koen, would you like to start?
I think it's an amazing question. What we will see is that when you introduce these technologies to an individual, there will be so much upside that they will actually adopt the technology and start using it. And only later they might find out there's so much downside. Luckily, we have the media, and we have a lot of institutions stepping up and saying, hey, be careful, this might have a downside that will show itself much later. What we're seeing in our buildings, people love the technology. They play with it, like we love our phones and like we keep on doing it. I'm actually, on that level, a little bit a very careful person, and I think that we have to bring people together. We have to start thinking about, before it really spins out of control, we have to make sure that there's independent bodies that can do this. I don't trust the government fully, because we've seen examples where also the government themselves had a benefit by using some of the technology. So we have to find a way, somewhere in civil society to do that in a better way.
Thank you. Angela, 1 minute.
So just to answer your question, I think it goes back to the point that I was making before around people being aware of what risks they're being exposed to and to what level they're comfortable with that, right? But the key there is being able to opt into it, knowing that this might happen and I'm okay being able to give that. And for those of us who are building these technology tools, also being mindful of what it is that we're collecting, try and minimize that risk. Just really clearly identify what exactly is actually required and what we don't need to collect. So we're trying to minimize that risk. But overall, I think
Oh, sorry, no, because I see there are only 3 minutes left. Go ahead.
Okay, no, just quick parting shot is just make sure that ordinary people are included, whether it's in the building of the technology tools. That would be my big point.
Minister Rao.
Well, I'm an incorrigible optimist about the power of technology and what societal impact it can have. But the segregation that needs to happen in the minds of all of us is technology is one aspect of it, the abuse of it is the challenge. So therefore, on the abuse side, if we actually focus, have proper checks and balances in the form of civil society, in the form of regulatory framework, I think we have a solution. And there is no way we can stop emergence of newer technologies. So I think we have to figure out a way to live with it, coexist, and do it safely, so that it doesn't affect us negatively.
Thank you. First minister in my life who was able to speak in 1 minute, and finally Takayuki.
Yeah. As long as I think you can control, like the ownership and the use of that your information, probably you are very comfortable. I think that the issue is in a place where your data might be used by unknown person and for unknown purpose. So I think this is a balance issue, I believe, for first one. It's a public interest, and also that you are kind of uncomfortability, right? So that have to be balanced. And also we have to clear rules and regulations and how it will be operated. That's first one. And secondly, the technology, probably advanced technology will be making ourselves feels much easier, because through the technology and controlling ratios of yourself is increasing. So that is another.
Carlo, you have 60 seconds.
60 seconds. To your point, I would say there's probably a possible solution, but we should not discuss this here. There's not enough time for next Davos in January. And that's data. Once you've hacked the data, is in the public domain, you cannot put it back in the bottle. When the genie is out, you cannot put it back. So another option would be we all live completely transparent lives to everybody. At the moment we are totally transparent. to Google, to Facebook, they know everything about us, but then at this point, why don't we not be transparent to everybody else? But that's maybe for the next session. Just to try to summarize, well, I will not try to summarize, but I will say there's one thing we all agree about, is that the three most important things in order to apply this technology, and we heard it in many ways from the floor, from our amazing speakers, it's three things, people, people, and people. So thank you, and please join me. Thank you.